And by the way, this is Megaman X3. Like every single damn one that keeps coming out on YouTube.
There's how many now?
Yeah, there's a lot. This is going to be buried amongst them all. But by the way, before we actually get in, as you'll know, every single good Mega Man player would know to make sure you change the dash button.
Is that just a habit that you developed from, say, before the X series, or?
Yeah, in general.
Okay. 'Cause I think was it Mega Man 4 that added dashing?
Sliding.
Sliding, my bad.
Yeah,
Well,
but this is going to be a no upgrades run. So usually I get, you know, you watch those videos of people playing and they always use the weaknesses and such like that. And you never actually get to experience the proper boss sort of loops. Well, at least you get to see it this time.
witness the trend behind all the attacks.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never get to see the intricacies when it comes to the boss fights.
Really rushing through it here.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, well, you know, this gives us at least time to actually talk about the game rather than anything. Gives us some buffering room.
Certainly. It's a pretty I've only really played bits of X4 on the Saturn, but it's a pretty all the X games retain that sort of tightness, yeah.
Yes, this game is incredibly tight, and you will be seeing this throughout this next few episodes, I should say. It's only going to be like 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just pretty much me showing off as well how freaking tight this game is. And by the way, we have Zero. Yeah,
Yeah, I was just
Zero.
thinking that.
Yeah, you can tell that I don't give a shit about Zero.
Yeah, you really just...
It's actually
Speed
kind of
bump,
funny. When it comes to Zero, for some reason, he just feels different to me. I'm assuming it's exactly the same, but I just can't feel the same for some reason.
Could just be because of his attacks. He's melee only, isn't he?
No, he has 2 shots and stuff like that. Yeah, his attacks are a little bit slower.
But he's got like a sword, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a sword.
Yeah, I remember in X4 he
Yeah,
had a
there
sword.
we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
But yeah, we have our very first sort of boss, and he doesn't take much damage off, so just don't worry about it.
And he's supposed to get hit, but it looks like
It's pretty hard to avoid, so you don't really care.
Okay.
But you got to
Well,
make sure you defeat him before you rescue X.
Can you rescue Mega Man before?
No, you
killing
can't.
that guy? Oh, okay.
But yeah,
So much for
Gotta go,
sequence
yeah.
breaks.
There's going to be actually, you will probably see throughout this video for the people who know the Mega Man X game pretty well, that I will be actually accidentally going through the secrets, but like not doing anything about it because I'm just so used to it. But essentially, yeah, this is just one long run. I practiced for this for like a few days.
Okay.
So when it comes to being hit, it doesn't really matter the fact that I get hit because I sort of know what actually hurts me a lot and what doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be doing that much damage.
Yeah, so when it comes to that, I just don't really care.
Does he do anything in particular that hurts, or is it just a bit of an introductory kind of thing?
Yeah, it's just a tutorial boss.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like in Mega Man X1 where, you know, you had Ego Raptor raving on about the very first level. Yeah, they sort of scrapped that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember there was a lot of context sort of sensitive tutorial, wasn't it?
Yeah, very. It was a very, very well done one. So it was very raved on about one of the most iconic first levels when it comes to platformers, the more you know.
What was that?
But by the way, yeah, when it comes to choosing what bosses to actually fight, it doesn't really matter because there's no point. So I'm just going to go in a clockwise sort of fashion. But yeah, we actually are going into what's his name? Blast Hornet's level. By the way, I like this music.
Last one.
Yeah,
These names.
yeah, these names, pretty good. But as well as the fact that the songs and stuff like that are actually all derivative from rock and roll songs. So they sound very similar to, say, Black Sabbath and what's that, Guns N' Roses and stuff.
It was like the Doom approach.
Yeah. So instead of having all that, you know, quirky 8-bit tunes, yeah, I couldn't avoid that, could I?
The ones we supposedly know and love.
Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to just avoiding hits, you know, there's really no point. Which is strange because everyone says that this game is impossible or like incredibly hard, and it makes me seem like I'm just rolling right through it.
Well, to be fair, these games do seem very punishing if you don't really know what's coming up.
Yeah, true.
So for a new player, yeah, you're gonna have the time of your life.
Yeah. But yeah, we finally have the 3DFX boss. So he's two patterns, as you can tell. It depends the way on the way he spins. Okay. So yeah, in order to not get hit, you just pretty much got to make sure that you just time your shots so he bounces over the top of you. Because when you hit him, he actually bounces.
Okay, I was about to say, it's a shame I didn't have my glasses on there.
Yeah. Didn't get to see the vectors.
Oh, when I saw him spinning around, I thought he was going to come right out at me.
A 3DFX card. Or chip, I should say. But, yeah, not a very interesting level, to be honest. These levels are actually a lot better than the other X games, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wasn't actually the biggest fan, I'm the biggest fan, huge fan, I should say, of Mega Man games, but I never actually liked the Mega Man X levels, which is strange.
So you were really just into the bosses?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could just be the fact that Mega Man itself actually travels really fast in these levels that I sort of don't notice.
Okay.
So it could be just that.
Possible.
Yeah.
You know, movement Mega Man, the original Mega Man games seemed a lot slower, huh?
Yes. And therefore you have to maintain a lot more control, and you have to be a bit more methodic.
What exactly happens here?
This is actually a mini-boss, but you can tell what the what the technique I use is jumping up and charging.
Yeah, I'm just... Huh.
Yeah. I think I actually got hit accidentally.
Oh, so that's all you have to do, just destroy them as they come down?
Yeah.
Attempt to.
Yeah, so otherwise I'll try and crush you, but that's never gonna happen.
So that's what they're trying to do.
The reason why that boss exists is because you'll see in a few moments that there's going to be a level where there's a lot of boxes, and if you actually destroy that boss right there, those boxes won't be there in the next level.
Ah.
So yeah, it sort of has influence.
We've got a little bit of continuity happening here.
I hate watching my own videos and seeing myself get hit.
Yeah, I feel the same about whenever I play Quake.
But yeah, when it comes to those guys as well who shoot the roaming rockets, if you get hit by the rockets, it only takes about 2 damage. If you actually get hit by them, it probably takes off half your health.
Huh.
Which is funny. But yes, we finally have Blast Hornet, which is actually an extremely hard boss. So, when it comes to bosses like these, right, you actually got to make sure that it's all about positioning.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that whatever I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make sure that I'm on the most left or the most right of him.
Yeah, so you can influence where he's going to attack.
Yeah, so you can get the bees to shoot against the wall rather than shooting on the floor.
I see.
Yeah. And you got to make sure that you have as much health as possible because the next phase, this phase coming up, it's nearly impossible to avoid unless you're really good at timing a shot so you hit the bees at the same time with the charge shots.
Okay, and those red orbs, they slow you down or something?
No, what the red orbs do, they actually lock onto you so that when it actually hits you, the bees start flying at you.
Ah, so it's like he's locking onto you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But mind you as well that the actual bosses actually have 2 phases. Every single boss in this game has 2 phases. So you got to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah. Kind of cool. Keeps things fresh.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
Here we go. What am I going to choose? That's right, I was going to go clockwise. I'm an idiot. Yeah. But I was going to mention as well, do you know how it comes to these sort of introductory screens?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the reason why I wanted the Saturn version, is because it's actually FMV. So you actually see the boss being introduced in a proper video.
Okay, is it like a cheesy old 90s 3D or?
Yeah. Yeah, actually no, it's actually pretty cool, like anime sort of thing.
Oh.
Nice little speedrun technique there.
Nice.
That's the reason why every single time you see me playing that, you always see me getting hit.
So if you dash down on a slope going down,
yeah,
you get a speed boost.
Yeah, and if you get hit as well, so just in case you don't fall on spikes or anything.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love this game. You never actually played it, did you?
Like I said, as far as the X series go, I've only played 4. And that was the Saturn version, which I believe was the inferior port.
The only thing I can actually think of when it comes to these sort of... Yeah, by the way, did you see that? Yeah, that's a bit of a beginner's trap right there. But yeah, when it comes to these sort of platformers, like extremely tight platformers, the only thing I can actually think of besides this, or the thing that's closest to it, would be Symphony of the Night, which is strange, because that's easy.
Very easy.
Like, find me a platformer, right, that's as tight as this when it comes to movements. Like, I wouldn't say, like, Super Meat Boy is a bit more floaty than this.
The Super Meat Boy's got that Mario floatiness to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas this is more, you know, you got to make sure that you're dashing and everything.
It's really in its own league, isn't it? Like,
oh, by the way, this is Buffalo. Let me tell you, he's probably one of the easier bosses in the game. So, in a nutshell, the whole boss pretty much just teaches you how to jump properly. So you got to time your jumps, because he's kind of fast, even though it doesn't really seem it, because I just move faster. But you got to make sure that you dash jump off the wall really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he does that attack. That's his second phase attack.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. You'll probably see in my the next maybe the last few levels where I got to do the boss rush. You're gonna see how ridiculous these bosses are.
Or like one after the other, or do they just really ramp them up?
No, as in because I'll be using the weaknesses just as a comparison.
I see.
Yeah. So you'll see, like, you know, it took me maybe a minute or so just for that big boss right there.
Yeah, because even with the charge shot, you do a fair bit of damage, so
yeah.
I can only imagine what it would be like using their weakness.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that with the weaknesses, he stun blocks them.
Ah, even worse.
Exactly. But yeah, when you actually get hit by those, or by that boss in particular, it hurts. So, about 3 or so shots.
Okay.
Yeah. And we finally get introduced to Bitten Bite, which is those random bosses. Yeah, I try to skip the dialogue.
Okay, and that's Bitten Bite.
Yeah. So essentially what happens throughout the game is every single time you go through a level, you'll have a random room in the middle of it, which serves as a checkpoint anyway. But they have a chance of spawning in one of those rooms.
Really?
Yeah. So it makes it so that each level would be slightly different.
They don't always. Nothing always spawns in those rooms, though, right?
Yeah, it's not always.
Ah, I like that.
There is a way to sort of manipulate it. Like there's a way to sort of die in particular ways so that they don't pop up in a level.
So it's based on how well you're doing, or?
Sort of. It just depends on how how many lives you've used and stuff like that.
Ah, okay. It's almost like a rank system.
Yeah. By the way, I love this music. Yeah, that's just me.
I think it's just Mega Man in general. It just has such a consistently good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Throughout many of the games.
And you also sort of respawning trick. Yeah, sorry about that. The reason why I'm sort of being slow there is because my hands were actually cramping up. When it comes to me playing this game, when I watch a lot of other videos, just say on YouTube, and everyone plays really slow, I'm always like non-stop moving the controller, like really aggressively.
Yeah.
Because I've got to dash a shitload. Like you can tell that I don't just have one big dash. I'm always dashing like constantly, and he actually cramps up my hand.
Spare a thought for the guys who speedrun Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, exactly. Shield dashing. And by the way, I get really pissed off. I get hit here. Wait, coming up. Yeah, respawn. This guy right here. Yeah.
So the moment you go off screen, even the slightest bit, it will just respawn it.
Yeah, it will just respawn. So that way you can't really, you know, as a bit of a Dark Souls sort of thing where you can't really just back out because sometimes you can get really flustered when it comes to enemies.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. Whew. Yeah, these levels are pretty cool actually.
Token elevator sequence.
Usually I like to, when I do speedruns of this game, because I do once in a while, I usually always time this level so that there's a I have enough lives, because I know that there's always an extra life there.
Mm.
So yeah, this is one of the rooms, as I mentioned before. No, it's not. Maybe not.
I thought it was one familiar.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It was earlier.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, but I just kind of just assumed that may have been it.
Yeah. Nah, I just thought it was because I wasn't paying attention there. But yeah, they just serve as checkpoints.
I like how in midair you can move left and right so easily.
Yeah.
Like, you have complete control over where you're going.
Yeah, you really need it in this game.
Yeah.
Especially, I've said before that I spent a few days practicing for this, unarmored run, I should say. But 2 of those days were for a particular boss.
Oh, really?
Yes.
This one?
No, it's not this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy is Gravity Beetle, if I remember. Yeah, it's Gravity Beetle. But incredibly slow. But the thing is, you saw me playing against this guy once.
Yeah, I do remember actually.
He literally kills you in 3 shots.
That's right.
So
that move there seems to
yeah, there we go.
be a bit hard to read if you're not used to it.
Yeah, you're supposed to. If he throws out 2, you got to make sure that you stand in the middle of the wall, or you try to figure out a way to jump through the middle.
Yeah.
But there's a way to tell when he throws the balls. Like there's that one, right? How he just throws it towards you rather than has an upper arm. Yeah, he'll bounce up or down, and you'll know.
Ah.
And this is his second phase where he doesn't actually do much. It's just a way to actually control your jumping. So he actually factors in the whole jumping mechanic there, that you sort of have to see how it's really low.
Yeah.
You have to really time your jump so you don't touch the top, because it's pretty much instant death.
And does he stop throwing those
Yeah, he stops
balls?
throwing them.
Okay. If anything, this phase would be easier then?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, the only thing that's really hard about this sort of run, where I don't have any upgrades, is the fact that I don't have air dash.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's why everything is actually a lot harder than it seems.
You have to time your jumps a lot more carefully off walls and whatnot.
Yep. And the fact that I have no other ways to actually avoid things.
Yeah. Plus the hitboxes in this game, they're a tiny bit generous.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. How many bosses is that? 3?
3.
Yeah.
So really speeding through it.
Yeah. I mean, usually people take... yeah, no, I'm going a little bit slower because I can't upgrade myself. But usually I can probably get this done in less than an hour.
It's not bad.
Yeah. No, these guys are annoying, by the way. I can never telegraph them, so I just jump over them. And if you saw that was an invisible shot.
Yeah. You can still see it flicker.
Yeah, you can still... Yeah, it's just an emulation problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you can tell when I start playing properly is when I start having half health, that I start getting a little bit better. Otherwise I just run through, I just don't give a shit.
I guess it's because you know any mistakes, you gotta do it again.
Yeah, it's just confident movement.
That's a horrible feeling too.
Yeah. So you can see there, I was like, ah.
Yeah, playing it safe, kinda.
Yeah. I tried. I tried. Yeah, health.
Ah.
And secret health.
This is nice little grab there in that ledge.
And also there's health upgrade up there, but I just don't want to get it. Just to tease.
Nice. Just showing it.
Yeah. I think this might be where the boss is. Where I might... Yeah.
Ah. So that's bite?
Yeah. Or bit. I can't remember actually. It's one of them.
Yeah, it said bit. I would have assumed that the big guy was called bit as a bit of a pun.
You know, Japanese people.
But kind of like itty bitty sort of thing.
Yeah. But well, yeah, when it comes to this boss, it looks simple, but you know, if he actually hits you, he doesn't take off that much damage. But if he actually shoots those this thing, that probably hurts. So in that position before, I was sort of tossing up between whether to get hit by him or the ball. I actually got hit by him because I couldn't avoid it.
Whichever one does the least amount of damage.
Yeah. So yeah, he's not actually a hard boss. You just got to be a little bit adamant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he seems to have quite a few attacks too, almost as if he's the creator of bosses so far.
Yeah, he has a lot of attacks. But the thing is, once you lose your timing, it's really hard to get back. So sometimes it's really hard. It's really easy to get flustered, and then you just keep getting hit, and you won't be able to hit him.
end up on 1 health.
Yeah. So you'll start seeing me being really, really careful.
This is Dante Once Die mode.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see something which happens to me as well. Like, sweet. So, yeah, I can get through all of this. Oh, shit!
Oh.
Did you see that?
That was close.
Yeah, but you saw me shoot it, right? And I just moved back to dash, and then as soon as I jumped...
That was the tiniest bit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just how much off screen you actually went.
Yeah, exactly. That was, you know, again, this is a legit play, so it's not like I'm editing or anything. Oof.
It makes it all the more legit.
Yeah, I nearly did it again. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Habit, I guess.
Yeah, it's habit. It's probably because I'm on the water, so I think that I needed more clearance. I don't know, it's just strange. And then we have, whoa!
Another optional boss? Or
Yeah,
not
optional boss. No, not really optional boss, just big boss.
Yeah.
And nothing really hurts you, so as long as you just time your shots. When it comes to Mega Man games, you should be able to avoid homing shots in general.
As long as you don't give him a hug, you're alright.
Yeah. Give me a hug, guys. My arms. Yeah, pretty.
It's almost like he's going, stop!
No! Alright, you got me.
It's like, alright, fine, I'm in.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. I always like trying to do some sort of frame animation before I go into a door.
Yeah.
Just as because it's funny, like he goes backwards or something like that. But yeah, I'll probably, I think I've showcased later on these guys. Later on, not in this video, but if you actually let them charge their shots and actually hit you, you will take probably 2/3 of my health. Yeah. I was reading a wiki about it and stuff like that, how a lot of people regarded this game as incredibly difficult because of the, you actually have to proceed with caution.
Yeah, this has got, what's that cave shooter? This has got a Don syndrome where the stages, sorry no, Ketsui, where the stages are really hard and the bosses aren't that bad.
Yeah. Oh, this boss is actually pretty hard.
Oh, okay.
So, when it comes to this boss, when it comes to me positioning myself, I like to play this without any risk. So, what I try and do, I actually try and make sure that I'm on the ground as much as I can. Because if you're actually on the wall, there's more of a chance that you might fuck yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
and those, when those
like
bubbles explode, I see. Yeah. So that stuff there.
Yeah, the bubbles like to explode onto the wall.
Yeah.
And another thing is, well, you got to make sure you're paying attention to his health, because that shit happens. See how fast he shot that?
Yeah. But it's interesting how, upon each bounce, they let that off.
Yeah, they do. And those bouncing balls are homing, so again, play it risk-free.
I see, so they just go back and forth if you hug that wall.
Yeah. And they do take off a lot of health. Well, he doesn't take off much health, but the bouncing balls do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it looks like I did this so easily. It looks like, I just cheaped out the game and got lucky. Yeah, it's just because of all positioning.
Yeah, plus you really haven't got that much room to screw around, huh?
Yeah.
I suppose you do if you're ultra cocky, but you're really putting yourself at risk there.
Yeah.
Like try and go in between the stuff that comes off the bubbles when they bounce.
Yeah, I always have to put myself in a bit of risk, I could say, just because I know that I'm comfortable in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with these sort of bosses yet, don't do these sort of stuff.
But the flashier the moves you do against the boss, the better it feels are.
Yeah, it is. It is a bit of rewarding, just because it lets you get out and get some room.
Yeah. But it's like, and sorry to bring it up again, but it's like in DMC when you taunt a boss and stuff.
The DMC reference has to come in every single video of ours, alright? It's like it's our thing now.
I believe it's the second reference now.
Oh, by the way, that was a bit of a sequence break.
What, through... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I jumped up. So
I
you
thought
don't
it
have
was
to go through the
intentional. Oh, neat.
So yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah, and there's, if anyone wants to know, that's where the armour upgrade is. No, Buster upgrade is, if you see that wall, was of colour.
Spooky.
Oh, and this is my my favorite mid boss. I used to always, when I was younger, just like muck around with this boss. That's how bored I was. But when it comes to all these bouncing stuff, I used to always just practice learning how to, dash under him.
Yeah. That'd be good practice.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, I got hit there. Not practicing enough. But when he throws a few, it's always fun to just to muck around and just like practice your dashing.
Yeah.
And knowing where your hitbox is. There's gonna be the boss at the very end of the game where I'm gonna be absolutely manipulating that like crazy.
Okay.
The hitbox when it comes to dashing.
Yeah.
And by the way, this song is actually a Guns N' Roses song, strangely enough.
It did ring a bell, and I'm not the biggest Guns N' Roses fan. I say that while wincing. But yeah, it struck out.
Yeah. Well, by the way, those guys appear a lot, and they're going to be incredibly annoying.
Were those hits on purpose, or?
Mm? Yeah.
So it's
I'm not actually getting hit by on purpose, I'm actually trying that time. Like you don't kill any time.
It's like the chomps in Mario.
Yeah. Usually every single Mega Man X game has a sort of like a big sort of cock block sort of enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay.
It's just too slow progress, I should say.
There must always be a cock block, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a drop down here, beginner's trap. Yeah. There was another beginner's trap in the last episode I forgot to mention, that I used to always die, even if I'm doing speedruns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's actually quicker to make sure that you shoot rapidly rather than, charging up all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think this is Neon Tiger, if I remember. Neon Tiger.
Sounds like something from Cigarette Smooth List.
Oh, it's just...
Ah, it's Wolverine.
Yeah, it's Wolverine. I abuse the AI. So, what I'm trying to do not jump on the walls, right? And it'll do the same thing over and over again. And I just keep stuffing up there. Right, now I'll concentrate. Yeah. Because usually he jumps on the wall and shoots it, or usually does that. But you just bait him out a little bit at a time.
Plus
so he does that.
Plus his shot seems to follow a pretty strict pattern.
Yeah.
It always seems to be up, down, middle, up, down.
So if you remember the pattern, and this is second phase, it's not that hard to avoid, unless you're really slow.
So second phase is when he turns on his Trans Am.
Yep.
Sorry, that was a Gundam reference, sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Trans Am!
Yeah, it gets a little bit annoying because he starts blocking your shots, so you sort of have to time it.
Speaking of cock blocking.
Yeah.
Oh, he seems like a pretty fun boss either way.
Yeah, he actually is. It's just, I kind of got lucky that he didn't do much, but then again, if you see me before, I just dash out a little bit and then dash back in, just so I bait him out so he comes back down off the wall. But yeah, usually he stays up there and tries to shoot you. And he can shoot you when he's just right above you, so yeah. So
this game's pretty susceptible to bad RNG.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, I skipped that boss in particular. Yeah. So I usually always go clockwise, but I just skipped it because I wanted to use him as a break at the end.
Is he that easy?
Yeah, he's that easy. By the way, I never figured out that. And by the way, it's a secret level. Don't want to go down there.
Secret level?
Yeah, there's a secret boss fight. He activates as soon as you beat one of the bits or byte bosses. Even though it doesn't really seem like a... By the way, I chose very poorly then. I was thinking, I can go up quicker than the elevator.
At least they're not doing that much damage.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I was thinking that maybe I'm quicker if I actually just jump up the the shaft rather than using the elevator.
It was a learning experience.
Yeah. It's like Ninja Gaiden now. It's like, what's the point of using the ladder where you can just jump up?
Oh. I was like, how'd you put it? 20 years in Mega Man, was it?
Yeah. 20
Still
years after playing Mega Man, Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't said that yet.
Yeah.
But I'll explain a little bit later. At a particular boss.
I just meant with how, you know, there's still things that you go, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like me with Quake. I've been playing it for so long, and there's still moments where I go, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a game's a game. You don't have to be perfect. You just know the game. By the way, nothing's gonna pop up there.
Okay. Well, I suppose we can't all be Ocarina of Time speedrunners.
Yeah. We can't just randomly click through a wall.
Quit my job, drop out of uni. 6 runs a day.
Yeah. Nice little fall there, if you notice. That was a pretty good dodge. Ow. Maybe not that.
Really
Yeah.
baited you in there, didn't he?
Yeah. Those guys usually try and bait you like that. That's why sometimes you've got to proceed with caution.
They're placed in such a way where it's
Yeah.
it's aimed at people who are rushing through.
Yeah. Sort of like me.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Alright. Yeah, go. Wall jumping master. Now I gotta play some more Meat Boy.
Just get good at wall jumping in Metroid.
Yeah, that's it.
It's actually really easy once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, it is actually. Okay, so this is... Yeah, I just had to check how many lives I had. But, for me, this is one of the harder bosses. This is a Volt Catfish. This boss, right, you have to keep moving really fast. Because, I'm just being really lucky here. But he tends to do this really quick shot that it's impossible to avoid if you're not, like, ready. And you can probably see it, like, coming up. It's that shot, but he just jumped twice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it's a dick move.
yeah, and you can see how much health he took as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, that was me being confident with my dodging skills there.
That was
Just
exactly
slide right
right.
under.
He kind of reminds me of the second boss in DMC4.
Mm.
So I'm not going to mention that ever again.
But this is his
Sorry.
second phase as well, by the way.
Does that reflect?
No, but I
Okay.
can't shoot him anyhow. So the thing is,
It just looks like it'll reflect if you shoot at him right now.
no, he just blocks, so you can't actually shoot him.
That would have been cool if it reflected though.
But the way I actually dodge this is to actually count up to 8, and then try and jump up.
Seconds.
Yeah. Even though those things don't take off too much damage, it's the fact that if you get knocked down into him, then that hurts. So it's better to get knocked and have the invincibility frames.
I see, then just run right through him.
Yeah. And I'm nearly dead, and I got incredibly lucky. I was actually really concentrating here. Yeah.
Cool. That was
Close.
good. Especially that one, yeah.
Yeah. Incredibly close. But yeah, the second phase isn't that bad if you have a lot of health. But sometimes you're not as lucky as me.
It seems like another one of those satisfyingly difficult bosses.
Yeah, it's actually a really fun boss. It's actually one of the harder bosses for me, at least.
It's the good kind of difficulty.
Yay! 2 more. It's sad that I don't get to use the items though. Weapons.
You can always play it again and use it.
Yeah, I know.
But then you'll probably get bored.
Yeah, I'll get really bored if I use the weapons. There's only one part which I will end up using weapons for, just because it just makes things a bit quicker.
Okay.
You just have to. There's a really slow part that like you have a really slow elevator.
Yeah.
It's just easy just to muck around with weapons.
No. So it's not like it really matters.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And I'm an idiot here, if I remember. Yeah, right on top of it. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But it doesn't matter. Because no one's gonna pop up here.
Hopefully.
I think this was one of the longer levels. I can't remember.
Nice. It's a nice looking level.
Yeah.
It's got the nice ocean backdrop.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are a bit of a bitch. You see a lot of them. And again, the
Wait.
secret level likes to taunt me. Not doing it. There's a reason why I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because if people actually want to say, because you fight a mid-boss or secret boss, which is Bile, but you fight him again later down the track anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But he's actually pretty easy.
So it's sort of pointless.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Okay.
Oh, you first a harder version of him.
Oh, okay.
Because there's actually a lot of different bosses at the end, depending on how well you do on these levels.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, if you see those optional bosses, if you kill them with a particular weapon, another boss would pop up in the last four episodes. Last four episodes.
Yeah.
Freaking heretic! The last 4 levels.
Okay.
So yeah. It's actually replayable, this game. Very, very replayable.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's an awful lot of optional content.
Yeah, it is. Like, there's also good endings and bad endings as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And good endings, bad endings, are determined by what?
By extremely silly sequences, I should say.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not like item collection or something, or...
It's essentially whether actually you defeat those mid-bosses with their secret weapon. Oh, by the way, yeah, this guy's actually kind of hard as well. Yeah, you can see before he took off, 2/3 of my health.
yeah, really got you there.
Yeah. I totally forgot about the things that he shoots. He actually makes you fall off the wall. So what I usually do, I usually time myself when I get hit, so that I'm not touching the wall when they hit me.
I see.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can see some of me sort of jumping as soon as I touch him.
Yeah.
So that way I can sort of just grab onto the wall, but yeah, it's not idiot proof.
Yeah, so before you come back to the floor, you're at least able to jump.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
And otherwise, he's actually not too bad if you just pay attention.
So it's really just working out a rhythm.
Yeah, it's rhythm. Second phase, he does the Alucard sort of backdash, which instant kills me.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
Yeah, no. So that's where you start seeing me just jump left and right and center, just because I just want to avoid it.
Yeah, it gets pretty hasty there.
Mm.
It's like the moment you touch the floor, he'll go for you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, as I was saying before, you actually have to beat some of the bosses with the weaknesses, and he actually totally kills them, so they don't pop up at the last few levels.
Ah.
And then you gotta... Oh, that's something I didn't mention as well. And you gotta use make sure that Zero is alive. Because there's actually throughout this right now, you can actually use Zero whenever you can.
Okay.
Except for bosses.
Ah. So it'll switch back to Megaman.
Well, if he dies, the thing is that if I just press start and just select him, I can just use him for the whole level except for the boss.
So what happens at the boss then?
Yeah, he switches back to Mega Man.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, with Zero, he cannot die. Because if he dies once, he's gone forever.
So you're probably better off not using him.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I never use him.
Huh.
It's funny because whenever I see people doing this game on, video or whatever, they never actually knew about that.
What, that dying once?
Oh no, that you can actually use Zero.
Ah, well, it doesn't really say it, does it? Just...
No, it doesn't say it. The only way to know is if you actually bought the game.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, E-Tank.
I like that, as if you actually bought the game.
Yeah, because
How else would we have done?
Because when you actually go into the start screen, you actually have to press a really weird button.
Yeah.
Like something like X, something like that. And then it comes up. So that's why not a lot of people don't know about it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But by the way, this is the other bits or bytes. I can't remember his name. Byte.
It's funny that they call them bit and byte because, well, byte is more numbers than a bit.
Yeah.
He's larger.
Oh yeah.
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 Because there's eight bits in a byte. That
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah, it's pretty dorky.
But yeah, he actually looks like I'm playing this really easy because I am.
I think I'd rather just call him V small. Bit of an odd scene going on, yeah.
But,
Babies in the byte.
but essentially the only thing that's hard about that boss is the fact that he throws magnets against the wall.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Beavis Party, you already said that one. Bert and Ernie. Yeah. But yeah, he throws magnets against the wall, so he sort of, makes you reflected from the wall.
Ah.
So what I usually do, I just time it so that I actually touch the wall before he actually lands on the wall.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what this.
Yeah. So if you just keep a rhythm. By the way, beginner's trap. Yeah. I think you'll see later on, I actually get hit by one of these rocks, just to show off how much damage he takes.
Painful?
Yeah, it actually hurts. And here is another boss. Mid-boss. Why did it have to make me two-dimensional? Can only go one direction.
Yeah, what happens if he wants to go right?
He
It's like
cannot.
the Zoolander bosses.
Exactly. He's like, why can't I itch?
He'll just have to keep going left all the way around the world until he comes back. It's like, I've got you now, just jump right over him.
The only thing that's annoying is the fact that when he hits the wall, you can't jump up the wall. So that's why you always fall automatically, like what I did there.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah. So guess what the pattern is?
Like the little pose you got stuck in there when you died.
Yeah, no. You'll see me trying to do them a little bit later.
It's a pretty dramatic death.
Yeah. Just for a guy who can't go the other way.
All he can do is hump the wall. Where is it?
Stand still! Oh, those guys, yeah. Again, a lot of the things, you know, I take for granted is the fact that there we go, there's the hit. But I take for granted my timing.
Yeah, you've got a very sort of in sync with the game.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It's something that people don't think about. Yeah. But yeah, I remember mentioning before that there was something that I finally learned when I was doing this run after like 20 years of playing Mega Man X. Was the fact that you can actually hold the dash button and jump off the wall. And he actually does it automatically. So this is where I actually figured it out. It was actually inspired.
So if you go to the wall while holding dash, it'll just jump straight away?
No, if you're holding dash and you jump, it does an automatic dash jump off the wall, rather than me timing it all the time.
Ah.
But it's actually...
I thought that's how it would have been anyway. I mean, what were you doing?
I was literally I was timing the whole time.
So you were pressing dash as you jump?
Yeah, or dash just before I jump, every single time. So that would actually ruin my fingers.
Yeah, you're really making it hard for yourself there.
And it's funny, we're not even commentating about this boss because let me tell you...
He doesn't do much.
Exactly. He just tries to psych you out once in a while.
I think he's a little, just a tiny bit more interesting than that last boss.
Yeah. It's ironic because I kind of timed all those, bites in that boss fight because it was exactly the same.
I guess he's like the evolved version of the last one, except he learned blue steel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whew, and those are the 8 Robot Masters. I think the next video should be about 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Ah, that's it already?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's
So
good.
yeah, it's actually saying right now, oh my god, you've already beaten all the bosses and we gotta go see Dr. Doppler, whatever his name is.
I just got back from getting fish and chips. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Slow down, boy.
Man, who cares about bloody Mega Man storylines? I don't get why people are so invested in them.
Oh, because Legends got cancelled for the 8th time.
Oh, that's probably why.
Or 9th time, or 10th time, or... I don't know.
So yeah, Random Place likes to just randomly reappear right in the middle of the place. Yeah. Do you know what the place is actually called? Point D.
Point D.
Point D.
That's it, point D.